Now to our next guest, who parlayed a career in financial planning and wealth management into a firm dedicated to helping creatives and entrepreneurs understand the ins and outs of finance.
And now she's using her background as both a financial expert and an illustrator in her new book, Finance for the People, which provides an easier and an out-of-the-box approach to understanding all things finance. Please, everyone, welcome financial expert, author, and illustrator, Paco De Leon. Paco, thanks for being with us. And so, yes, your background is in banking and business consulting, but you're obviously also creative. You illustrated your book as well. That's not something we usually connect illustrations with finance. Tell us about the book.
Yeah. The reason why I wanted to bring illustrations into the world of money is because when you really stop and think about it, money is full of all these abstract concepts like compounding and interest. And even when you think about worth and value in general, those are very abstract. So using these illustrations, it just makes it much more concrete and easy to understand.
And in fact, you have a visual way for all of us to explain how minimum payments are keeping people from reaching their financial goals.
Yes, I do. Let me just get my table into focus here. And so originally the credit card companies, they marketed the minimum payment as a flexible payment options for borrowers. And that's true, but there are always two sides to every coin. And I want to show you why the minimum payment is going to cost you more in interest and it's going to take you much longer to get out of debt. So this picture represents your credit card balance. So the water level is your balance. And every time you make a payment, the minimum payment only, we get to pour a little bit out, which is great because the level goes down. That's awesome. The problem with paying only the minimum payment is we get charged interest. So in this cup, this is going to represent the interest that we're charged every month. And as we pour it in, your balance rises. And that's an easy visual way to understand how the minimum payment can often take you much longer to get out of debt and cost you a lot more in the long run.
Well, this is a finance segment, but you could have gone science experiment or a cooking segment here, almost there. I love it. I love the demo. We've never had a demo, I think, in a finance segment. Well, we talk about finances, we talk about money, but it's also, there's a psychological aspect here that you want people to be aware of.
Yes, absolutely. Of course, the dollars and the cents matter when it comes to personal finance. But the thing that I've learned through working with all sorts of folks from different wealth and income levels is that the way that we think about money influences what we believe. It influences how we feel about money, and that influences how we act or how we don't act. And so that's something I really wanted to talk about, because if we want to change our narratives, if we want to act differently, then we have to think about how we're thinking about money. We have to examine our biases. And one example I wanted to bring up is this very common story that we've all heard and a lot of us have internalized. And the common story is, it's not okay to talk about money. It's improper, it's rude, it's arrogant, it's gauche, it's all of these things. And we all take that story and we make it mean our own thing. So for one person, that might mean never negotiating their pay, never asking for help if they need help, never calling to ask for a lower interest rate, or not even facing their finances because of this story that they've internalized. And then at the larger societal level, we can look at the workplace as a really great example of where we've internalized this narrative. It's not okay for employees to talk amongst themselves about salary and about pay, and that exacerbates inequality. And so this is why it's important to examine our beliefs, our narratives, our biases, because if we want to change how we behave at the personal level and at the societal level, we really have to look at those things.
Paco De Leon, thank you so much for being with us. And yes, everyone, Paco's book, Finance for the People, is now available wherever books are sold. Thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.